Hey, John, I'm not a computer programming type guy, but one thought I did have was so we've got this tablet and it's got a camera on it. Could someone write something so that the camera can like detect motion? And if it does, it turns the machine on?
Yeah. So totally, and that's easy. And I've even looked at code that does that. So, however, it's also creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was an idea I had years ago, and there is absolutely code that does that. The other one was sound. It just listens for the morning sounds of movement of stuff happening. But absolutely, if you move by the camera, the machine can wake up. And the only thing with UL compliance is we can't turn burning water on, but everything else we're allowed to do with the tablet. So we absolutely can wake it up and warm it up. So I mean, you could also like take a yellow ping pong ball and pressure like this, and that would be super easy to track on the camera. Uh, and there is front and rear facing. So I had thought about originally you put your drink on the top of the espresso machine, and it just happens the camera is actually, since it's angled like this, is actually able to take a picture of your shot. But I think I could think of better uses for cloud storage than 100,000 latte art photos. Wait, that already exists.
Luca, you clearly want a Minority Report routine, don't you?
Yeah, what I really want is like a machine where you hold up the label of the coffee to the camera and then it reads it and tells you, yeah, you bought bad coffee.
So I have a working library that reads barcodes inside from the camera, and that works quite well. It reads every barcode out there, and you just hold it up like that. So if we got people to put barcodes on coffee, and then that number would then look up on a database and, I don't know, fill in the fact that you're using that coffee at least into your metadata. That's not hard.
Yeah, the coffee notes app type thing, I think, is something that I don't know that anyone's really come up with a good coffee notes taking app system. I mean, I think there's like Tasteify and some of them, but you've like something like that where we could integrate our shot assessment data on top of our shot extraction data would be really cool.
That's why I really like the tablet.
Yeah.
Because it had an integrated keyboard, and what's kind of cool is it does that. So, and that beeping sound is a machine having failed the high pot insulation test. So every single machine has to have that test. We test it twice, actually, before we do any burn-in, and then after all the burn-in calibration, we test it again. And that can be, for example, so that's, forget, 20,000 volts or something insane. And essentially, if there's any insulation that's not all the way where it should be, it'll leak, and that's a fail. So I agree with you. I've looked at a bunch of coffee note apps. That's a hard problem. If you look at the way the internet's gone in terms of ratings and feedback, it's been much more look at what users do rather than ask them things. And so if we can have some smarts looking at what shots they're making and infer things from that, then we actually have real data. I imagine that I think we have more machines with Google than any other company, for example. And I think they know something about big data there. So figuring out how to get that data out of our tablets, someplace where people can start playing, and that's someone trying to fix the high pot test, and they didn't. Yeah.